Kementerian Hitam Putih, or better known as the Ministry of Education. The ministry where a minister is trying so hard to uphold Islam, or his fashion of Islam, in hopes of obtaining the 72 virgins when he gets to heaven. That is, if he gets to heaven. Ah yes, the Ministry of Education. Quite the fiasco it has been. You see, since the time the new minister was, introduced into the ministry, a lot of interesting decisions have been made and are being attempted to be made. We're going to look at 4 areas which are, of interest to me and the people. Firstly, the changing of the shoes and socks from white to black. Second, the fiasco of the swimming pools. Remember that time he asked the 5-star hotels to open up their swimming pools to students? Yes, that's the second issue. The third issue is the obliteration of the vernacular schools in order to promote national harmony. And the fourth, the opening up of the poll to gather information from parents and well-wishers on what the education system of Malaysia should be. First, the changing of the school shoes and socks from white to black. It takes no genius to know this, but Malaysia is a tropical country. Therefore, we get a lot of heat. When you have white shoes and white socks, white reflects the heat, reflects sunlight, reflects the heat off. Therefore, the feet of the students are cooler. When you have black shoes and black socks, they absorb the heat, therefore making the foot perspire more. When the feet perspires a lot, and let's face it, the students, they hardly wash their shoes when it's white, what more if it's black? They would be coming with soiled shoes and socks to school in a prolonged basis. With prolonged exposure, God knows what kind of infections these students would be susceptible to it. And can you imagine the stench and the lack of hygiene that you're going to promote? And for those parents who are jumping for joy that the shoes were changed from white to black, for God's sake, have your children wash their shoes. The least you could do in inculcating responsibility to them is ensuring that their shoes are kept clean. Why do you want to pamper your children? When I was going to school, my parents made sure that my shoes were washed because they were my shoes. It's as simple as that. Now that's with the shoes. We are done with the shoes. Second, the swimming pool. Imagine me being in a 5-star hotel, a paying guest. I go to the pool to sip my mimosa, to get a more robust suntan. Actually, I am in need of a suntan. But yeah, getting a robust suntan in my red Speedos. And all of a sudden, there comes a whole lot of school children to jump in the pool and learn how to swim. There goes the peace and harmony that I paid for. Now, that is not the only issue. Now, with the current Minister of Education being a harnessed horse of his version of Islam, Islam by itself is perfectly fine. But his version, oh God, it's completely wrong. Now, being a harnessed horse that he is, it would only be a matter of time until the ministry tries to impose a dressing code at the swimming pool. They would require all those visiting the swimming pool or those patronizing the swimming pool to cover their body parts. I mean, it's not that it's exposed, but they would require us to cover from head to toe in order to prevent the students from seeing body parts. Yeah, exactly why the hotels said no. You may deny it, you may say that that will not happen, but your actions beg to differ. It would have been a matter of time if it were to have been implemented. Done with the pool. Now third, the eradication of vernacular schools in order to promote national unity. Have you not noticed that the discrimination and polarization is more prevalent in the national schools than in the vernacular schools? As a matter of fact, they are rather non-existent in the vernacular schools. We welcome students of different ethnicities and different religions with an open arm. Open arms, both. Now, during the month of Ramadan, let's look at how things are in the national schools. They either operate with half the staff or they are completely closed. Whereas in the vernacular schools, we open them up because we understand that the students need their nutritional needs to be fed. Even if a student is of the Islamic faith and he is not fasting due to various reasons, you were allowed to eat. We did not discriminate them. We did not look at them in a weird fashion. We welcomed them as they are. Trust me, fasting is observed not just by the Muslim brethren. The non-Muslims fast too. So we understand a thing or two about fasting. Now, it's not just about fasting, but in the national schools during Hari Raya Korban, they would slaughter a cow in the school. And the students would be passing the carcass while in the school. I mean, is that not teaching insensitivity to the students? And various other things. I mean, this episode is just to talk about the ridiculousness of these four elements. I think I've spoken enough of the ridiculousness of thinking of eradicating vernacular schools. Now, fourth, starting up a poll to gather information from the parents and well-wishers on how the education system of Malaysia should be. The best part is a committee has been formed in order to gather this information. Probably a system has been formed as well. So much money has been spent when Malaysia doesn't have much money, don't you think? And oh, wait, the best part is, why do we need you when we have to do your job?